Welcome to Whiskey's Journey. My name is Peter Faciano, and I'm coming to you on Monday with another peated Scotch video. Today we're taking a look at Ardnamurchan. I know the past Sip It or Skip It video that I did last week was just the AD release, their standard release. This time I'm going to be taking a look at the 05.23 Cask Strength release. This is a peated Highland single malt Scotch whiskey coming in at 58.3% ABV. It is unchill filtered and natural color. It says it right here on the label. And my specific bottle is 156 of 2,600 bottles in this bottling. The maturation of this is ex-bourbon, American Pedro Jimenez, and also Spanish Oloroso. And there is a QR code on this. I'm going to talk about this in a little bit, but if you scan this, it gives you all sorts of information about the bottle. So let's go ahead and pour it, nose it, taste it, talk about it. And if you stick around until the end, I'm going to give it a score. And it's a 750 milliliter bottle, and I paid basically $99.99, $100 before taxes. So let's go ahead and get this thing on the nose and tell you what I think. I can already smell a ton of vanilla and a little bit of peat. And same thing, as I'm getting it up to my nose, there is an explosion of sweet vanilla along with very subtle amounts of peat. Nothing overwhelming. I get a lot of red fruits, red berries. And if I had to classify the peat, I would have to say this is leaning more towards the smoked meat savory side and a little bit of ash, but no Band-Aid, iodine, or tar notes. Slight amount of spice, and I would say it would be a ginger spice. And I gotta tell you, I don't know if it's anticipation of eating later on today or not, but this smells really good. My whole house smells like smoked brisket, and just my frame of mind, maybe I'm anticipating drinking this along with eating the brisket. That is going to influence how I'm feeling right at this moment. But I can tell you what, this smells fantastic. Let's go ahead and get on the palate and see if my mouth is watering, and let's see if those things are going to translate to the palate. Boy, this is just wonderful. It's absolutely outstanding. The peat note is front and center, followed by the vanilla, tannin on the side. The sweetness elevates, and I get the red berries and the red fruits. There's a slight milk chocolate note and malty finish. Tell you what, that first sip was really good. Let me jump right into that second sip, add a little bit of water to this, talk a little bit about Ardnamurchan, not a whole lot to talk about, and then we'll get on to the score. And before I get into that second sip, just a reminder, I am doing a port flight giveaway from last week. This is going to celebrate my 2-year channel anniversary coming up on May 1st. Every $5 that you donate to the channel will get you 1 entry into the giveaway. If you're interested in doing that, just go back to last Friday's video with the port flight, and there's a little super thanks or a little $sign with a heart in it. Click on that and you can contribute any increments that you would like, but every $5 will get you 1 entry into the giveaway. And then on my channel anniversary celebration, which will be a Sip It or Skip It video, I'll announce the winner. So if you're interested, head over to that video, click on that button, and contribute to the channel. I'd appreciate that very much. All right, second sip. The peat note is subsided a little bit, and I think that's naturally going to happen with peated whiskeys. Eventually, as it sits, I think the peat starts to become diminished. Either that or you're a little bit more acclimated to it. And what's front and center now is the vanilla, chocolate, tobacco, and those red fruit notes. With this being Cask Strength coming in at 58.3%, I have a radiating heat building up in my chest, even with just those 2 sips. And the finish that I'm getting is a subtle smoked meat peaty note. Nothing too powerful, nothing overwhelming. It's not overshadowing or overpowering the vanilla, the chocolate, tobacco, and those red fruit notes. I think the name of the game for Ardnamurchan is subtlety. Let me go ahead and add the water, talk a little bit about the distillery and that QR code, and we'll go ahead and give this thing a score. All right, so Ardnamurchan was established in 2014. Adelphi is the owner of Ardnamurchan, and I need a little bit of help here. Does Adelphi have their own distillery, and then they also have the distillery that produces Ardnamurchan? I'm not exactly positive. Let me know in the comments down below if you know. And being newly established in 2014, I think they're up with the times. On the back of the bottle, they have this QR code. You scan it and it will give you all the information that you're gonna probably want to know about this individual bottle or the bottle that you actually have. All of their expressions have that little QR code on the back. I believe it's called a blockchain QR code. And once you scan it, it opens up all of the information. It gives you, and I'm just gonna read it off here really quick. You can get how many bottles of your release there was, what bottle number yours was. It even gives you the information of the people that actually bottled it. The bottling date is there, and then it also gives you the information on the barley, the mashing, the fermentation, the distillation, and the maturation. Gives you a little bit of information about the distillery as well. So if you're into that kind of thing, go ahead and scan that barcode that I put on earlier, and you can kind of read all about this individual bottle. So let's go ahead and get on to the nose with the water. One last nose, one last sip, and then we'll give this thing a score. A pepper note is now here, along with a little bit of ginger. Each progressive nosing, there's less and less peat, so it's very subtle. It's still there, but it's subtle. Vanilla and red fruits are all there. Not so much the chocolate or the tobacco note is coming out anymore. All right, let's go ahead and see how this is on the palate. More spice, less fruit. ABV is still kicking pretty good. Into the mid palate and the finish. Now there's a little bit more of the smoke note along with that elevated spice. I think the water gives this an extra little kick. If you're into the spice, you might want to add a little bit of water to this. Good amounts of malt, and that tannin note that I usually get on the side of my tongue is there, and it's not overpowering. Again, just like everything else, I think the word subtlety comes to mind with everything that I'm getting out of this glass on the nose and on the palate. All right, I'm not going to belabor the point any longer. This is amazing. I really do like this quite a bit. If you are new to the channel, I rate everything out of 5 stars. This current series, the Peated Scotch series, I can't compare this against anything else that I've had in the past as far as series go, with the American single malts, the Irish whiskeys, the bourbon, anything. So all of my scores are going to be based off of the peated scotches that I've had in this series. And I got to tell you, this is going to rank right up there with the best ones. I'm going to give this a 4.25. And I do need to have this little caveat. Again, my house is full of brisket smell. The anticipation of me eating that along with having a dram of this might be influencing a little bit, but that's all part of the review. At this particular moment in this review, based on everything that's going on in my life right now, I'm going to give this a 4.25. I think it's very well put together, and whether you add water or not, I think the flavor profile is spot on. Not one individual note overpowers anything else. It's all very subtle, but it has really good depth and character. It's a glass that you can probably sit back and relax with, not just drink sip after sip after sip. You can break it down, spend some time with it. And the more and more I have Ardnamurchan, the more I like it. I have 3 bottles of it. I have the 05.23 release, which is this one. I have the 2.22 release, and I have just their normal AD release. And if I had to rank them in order of what I like the most, it would be this one, followed by the 2022, and then the normal standard AD release. Really looking forward to where they're gonna go in the future. I think they're now just recently coming up on their 10-year distillery anniversary. So maybe there's gonna be some age-stated stuff coming out pretty soon. Who knows, but I am definitely looking forward to it. Are you familiar with Ardnamurchan? Have you had any of them? Let me know in the comments down below what you think of it. Don't forget to register for my port giveaway if you are interested. And wherever you're at in your journey, I hope you're enjoying it. And we'll talk to you next time when I do my last peated review of Octomore 13.1. Cheers, everybody.